All right, y'all. This is gonna be brief, but I just wanted to share this testimony. This guy had posted something on social media, and his testimony really touched me, and I believe it'll touch a lot of you too. And I just want to share this because when we hear things like this, it helps keep us in a state of gratitude, of realizing that God has already been with us, and He always answers our prayer. Well, not always, but He's been answering our prayers all along. And you know how transformation happens slowly, and sometimes we can take that for granted and not notice. Not really take the time to look back on where He brought us from. But he shared a testimony, and it's real brief, y'all. But he basically said he came to work today and he didn't feel like it. He said his needs are more than his wants. And then he went on to say he remember sitting in a cold cell wondering when he was going to get out. And he said, now that he looked back, and I'm paraphrasing it, he said he'd rather be here than there. Meaning he'd rather be making his money the right way, going into a job, and doing it the way he doing it versus what he was doing before because of where it led him to. And then when I seen that, that just really touched my heart, man. I'm like, you know what? That's his experience. That's his experience. So no matter what, no matter who come against his personal experience, no matter who come and try to even convince him, like, oh, come on, man, let's go out here, let's go move some bricks, let's go do this, let's go do that. And when he rejected, and they be like, oh, man, you doing money the wrong way, you doing it if he get peer pressured in any type of way, he can always sit back and look back on his own personal experience when he was sitting in that cell, when it was nobody but him and God, when it was nobody else he can call on. Even if it was people he can call on, they don't quite understand him, and they not even empathizing on the position he in at that moment. You see what I'm saying? So your experience is your experience. So when people look at you and they be like, oh, you coming around, you talking that God stuff again, you always talking that God stuff. You gotta know in your heart, you gotta know what God did for you, and you gotta understand that they may not be able to understand. They may not understand my praise, but long as the Most High God understand and know. Only person they need to know is between me and the Most High God. And that's where I got to get to that point. You got to get to that point in life where it's be like, look, I'd rather be here than there. You got to get to that point in life, even like if you single right now, where you be like, look, I'd rather be single right now, and I'm talking to men and women, I'd rather be single right now than to be dealing with somebody who's going to take me for granted. Because some of y'all that's looking at this, some of y'all are just way too good of people. Like, some people don't even deserve y'all, and I hate to say it, but some of y'all are way too much of a good person. Y'all too loyal. Y'all too, I'm not going to say like y'all know no pushovers or anything like that. But y'all there, like when you win, you win. It ain't no, oh, I'm out if it go this way and this and that. Y'all really loyal people. And when you that kind of person, no, you're not trying to put yourself on a shelf for everybody. No, you're not trying to say, oh, hey, pick me. When you know what value you bring to the table and who you are, you'll be like, look, I'd rather be alone. I'd rather sit by myself than to deal with somebody who don't appreciate me. I'd rather sit by myself than to deal with somebody who's going to do this to me or who's going to do that to me. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not advocating on people being single, because y'all know, if y'all follow this channel, I talk a lot about, well, I don't talk a lot about it, but I've mentioned it in the past on how God honors, relationships. He honors that. He honors, that was the foundation, is man, woman, children. Okay? The foundation is, God, man, woman, and then children. That's the foundation. Okay? No matter how they try to trick it up nowadays, no matter how they try to, twist it around nowadays, no matter how they try to pervert it nowadays, that's the foundation. But until then, until you get to that point, or if God bless you in that area, be content with being alone. You got to be to the point where it's like, I remember when I was in a relationship and it still felt like I was single. Has anybody been like that? Okay, so not even with just relationships. I know I meet some people that's nurses, and they complain. They're like, oh, this and that, this and that. But some of them, what they don't do, some of them don't sit down and they don't realize there was a time when you was working as a nurse aide and you couldn't wait to become a nurse. You used to cry. You used to be complaining about pushing people. You used to complain about answering lights. You used to complain about working short all the time. And you was always complaining that, oh, the nurse ain't doing this, the nurse ain't doing that. Now you in the nurse's shoes. Now you get to see what it's like to be a nurse. Now you complaining as a nurse. It's kind of like, look, pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? It's like people never satisfied. But, once you become that nurse, you know what I'm saying? Instead of complaining, do like this guy did in this example. He was like, hey, I'd rather be here than there. Remember those times where you felt unappreciated as a nurse's aide? Remember those times where you felt underpaid as a nurse's aide? Remember those times where you just felt like, hey, I can't wait to become a nurse, and value where you are now. And if you don't like healthcare and you don't like nursing, get out the field. Like I tell people that all the time, just get out the field. We don't need your attitude and your Debbie Downer attitude up in there, okay? The patients don't need it. The co-workers don't need it. We don't need that type of energy when we're dealing with people that's sick. We're dealing with people that's trying to, rehabilitate themselves. And, some people we deal with is very difficult. Don't get me wrong, but that comes with the territory, okay? But we ain't gonna even get into that. But my whole point of telling y'all this and sharing this with y'all is count your blessings. Stay in a position of gratitude, because as soon as Satan can get you in a way where you feeling ungrateful and nothing's ever going right, then that's where that's when he putting a foot in. Okay, that's when he got a door crack where he can start leading you to other devices. Okay, so what I'm saying is, it's a reason why God tells us to focus on whatever is good, whatever is kind, whatever is worthy. It's a reason why the Lord tells us to focus on heavenly things. It's a reason why the Lord tells us to store up our treasures not on earth but in heaven. It's a reason why he shared that with us. It's a reason why he tells us not to get caught up with things, but to seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. And I'm still internalizing that myself, y'all, because we've been taught so long to do it independent. We've been taught so long to do it on our own. We've been taught so long not to be dependent, but we got a Father in heaven who we dependent upon. That's who we need to be dependent on, okay? But yeah, this guy's testimony really, really moved my heart, because that's his experience. And whoever watching this, I want you to know your experience is your experience. So don't worry about what people say, what they think about you. If you're doing things outside of the norm, if you're not doing like everybody else, and they feeling like, oh, you think you better than everybody else. Oh, you think you holier than thou. Oh, you act like you ain't never did nothing in your life. And it's like, it ain't even nothing like that. A lot of y'all just had some experiences in life that made you get up to the point today where you be like, look, I'd rather be here than there. Just like that guy's testimony, okay? So anyways, y'all, I just wanted to share that with y'all briefly, okay? I hope y'all are having a great and amazing day. I do got another video I did a couple days ago. I got to upload it. I haven't uploaded it yet, so I'll be uploading it soon. But anyways, y'all, I hope y'all having a great day. Sign up for our email campaign, y'all. And in the meantime, y'all, I will see y'all in the next video. Okay.